just getting cooked in the sun.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Good morning. What's happening from here? This place is actually really terrible. We're walled in here by nothing but rocks. We can't see shit, and well, it's a little hot too. So there's really no reason to stick around here. We'll leave this place and go straight on over to Oregon.
Like many off-road enthusiasts, Moab is one of my favorite places. And if you wheeled out here in Moab, then you know this guy, Goonie Bird. Now, there's two schools of thoughts on the Goonie Bird. Some say if you run over his toes, it brings good luck, and others say that it brings bad luck. Let me know what you've heard. All I know is that if you ran over my toes, I'd be pissed, and let's face it, we need all the luck we can get. It was clear early on that today was going to be quite the challenging day. Not only were we trying to take a 1996 Subaru sports car through trails that it has absolutely no business being on, but the Utah desert heat in mid-June is absolutely brutal.
Who invited the guy with the go-kart? Finally, we get to hit some party lines.
Looks like a bear, and then you got one tree at the edge. That's cool.
I saw a lot of people giving Justin a hard time in the comments on the donut videos for complaining, but honestly, can you blame him? The dude's doing a 5,000-mile off-road trip in a 90s Subaru sports car, a car that's got no business being out on these trails. He's getting rattled to death every single day, and to make things worse, this thing is basically like a rolling greenhouse. It's all glass, no AC, and it's pushing 100+ degrees here in the Utah desert. And there's only so much a guy can take.
What does the rest of this place look like?
It's hard to tell, but I think this is the worst of it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it looks like ahead.
I'd rather know what the rest of this looks like.
I don't know, Justin. I don't have an answer.
Then
for
move
you.
on forward and let me know.
Okay. Well, I can keep going forward, but I don't know how I'm going to radio back to you.
Stupid, man. Is there any research on this trail at all? That I'm saying right now, can we load some shit up?
I have no
and do some
service.
research. We have Starlink. Let's do some research before we barrel on in here and can't come out.
Sure.
Ultimately, we set Starlink up. I was able to get on trails off-road and find out that this was probably the hardest part of this trail here. That said, throughout this entire trip, I never had the planned route. Zach had the planned route, and he was the only one with the planned route, so I did not know what trails lied ahead after this. After getting past this first obstacle here, we pushed on through some beautiful landscapes and some relatively decent trails, up until it was time to make our way out, where we got onto yet another trail that actually ended up being pretty difficult.
Did you just see that?
I bet Subaru SVX driver.
After a pretty rough day on the trail, we were all beat and ready to go find camp. I took a look at the topography map on Gaia and found this little area here that looked like it was going to have some really good scenery, and boy, it definitely did not disappoint. Not only did this cliffside campsite have beautiful scenery, but it also had cell service, which allowed us to find out that we made it just in time for the rare strawberry moon that would be coming up.
Bro, let me tell you, I have seen many moons. That's a damn pretty one, Mo. Wow.
Oh my god, this is the shot, dude.
Bro, I can't even show you guys. I mean, the camera doesn't know justice. This one does a really good job.
That's
Yeah,
as good as it
does a
gets,
very good job at it. And it still doesn't look how epic it does in real life right now. This is one of those times that you're just gonna have to take it from me. And if you want to see it yourself, then get out and go do it. Hey Zach, this dude in a Subaru just pulled up.
Yeah, he's about to vape us out of here.
Jeez.
He's about to blow a huge cloud right now.
Yeah. With his rig.
Sick rig, dude.
This Subaru has done more than probably 90% of the 4Runner Overland builds out there. And it has just absolutely been a tank. By the way, now that I've got everybody here, I just have to say, none of us ran over any toes today. And we had a damn good day on trail, boys.
That's right. Toes?
Yeah, we didn't run over the Gunny-Bird toads.
Oh.
Remember I said if you run over the Gunny-Bird toes, it would piss me off, so.
We just clipped the nails.
He said, where were they? No wonder he didn't run over the toes. He didn't even know where they were.
William, you can stay in and cook a little longer.
Good morning, and what's happening? Today we were waking up on this beautiful cliffside spot that I found last night. It's actually a really cool spot. However, I am being absolutely inundated with these little gnats, and they don't bite or anything to the best of my knowledge, but God, they're the most annoying thing. It reminds me of the gnats in South Carolina, which is one of the primary reasons I don't live in South Carolina. At any rate, we're kind of having our coffee, chilling out here for a bit, and then we are going to get on down the road. It looks like we got roughly about 140, 150 miles to travel today to get to where we want to get to. And that's a full day's of travel whenever you're off-road. So we're going to get packed up here, and then we're going to hit it. That Justin has somehow or another busted the exhaust on the SVX. The thing about these trails that he has no business being on is the fact that he's have to gun it up these hills, and there's rocks and other different things like that in the way, so I imagine he might have hit something. We found a nice flat area here just off the trail so we could jack the car up and find out what was going on. This is, of course, after we get the camera set up for the shoot, because content.
Oh. It split right at the cat.
That's rotated?
It's hitting the drive shaft.
It just looks like it's right here that's bent the most.
Right, so let me get my side and I can try and pry it.
Yeah, I can't.
About all we can do. Ooh boy, I'm gonna need a whole new exhaust.
Brother, I hate to tell you this, but you're gonna need more than a new exhaust.
One of my favorite ways to secure things onto Apple, onto the roof rack, and on the inside is with paracord and knots. Knowledge of various different knots is very, very useful. I highly encourage anybody and everybody to learn some good basic knots. My favorite are trucker's hitch and a taut line. The folks over at Atwood Rope reached out to me and asked if I would try out their paracord with their little dispenser that they have. And it looks pretty damn cool. So it's 50 foot of paracord, and it comes on this dispenser that has a little storage compartment in it, as well as a built-in blade. Just being able to keep the paracord wound on itself with that little dispenser is going to be pretty cool if it works out, so I'm going to give it a shot. All right, there we go. Got a cargo net over it and got 2 trucker hitches over it. The dramatic transformation of landscapes throughout Utah is nothing less than magical, and this is what makes Utah so special. We started out in Red Rock Desert in 100+ degree temperatures and climbed our way all the way up to this lush green forest filled with wildflowers, cooler temperatures, and even some snow.
We eventually made it to a point where we were blocked by the snow and would have to trek through the snow in order to continue moving forward on the trail. And this would prove to be a lot easier for some than others. And by others, I mean myself.
We're just gonna go the easy route on this one. Okay, don't try to steer so much against it. Just try to stay in the ruts. All right, I'm gonna start moving. Nice job.
All right, I'm gonna go up the snow. I hate snow, by the way. But there we go. They made a song about this. That's level, by the way. The phone's level right there. All right, so I'm hooked up to Zach. Where I'm at right now, I'm in a deep ass hole. It's really a peculiar spot, and really we need an additional spot or an additional line. But this is what we're working with. All right, do you have tension on it?
I got tension on you. Are you in gear?
I'm ready to roll. I'm just gonna start crawling. Go ahead and go. Perfect. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Thank you, sir.
Got it. Hang on, let me just get out of the flatter spot here.
That's where I fell in. So it just slid right there and then fell into the hole right there. Realistically, the line is right there, but for whatever reason, this has been cut out, and that's the reason that we went that way. After quick and simple recovery, it was back on the trail again. So we just hit about 4,000 miles here in Utah on this trail, and I asked everybody to take their guesses over the 4,000 miles what our average moving speed is.
Justin says 22-23.
Justin says 22-23. Wiley and Zach say that it is, what they say, 21. The average speed over the course of 4,028 miles, moving speed, is 30.5 miles per hour.
Pretty good.
That's crazy. We've crossed the country almost at 30 miles an hour.
That is pretty good.
That's a pretty good pace, actually.
Just for reference, when I first did this trail, I had assumed that I would average 45 miles an hour, and I was way off. And this is why. 30 mile an hour average moving speed over the course of 4,000 miles. That's mind-boggling. So the reality of the situation is we're constantly having to stop, let cameramen out, do blow-bys, different things like that, and that is all part of the filming process.
Tell him I'm gonna get one more. I'm just gonna walk down a little.
He's gonna get one more. He's just gonna walk down some. And every time that we stop and go, it's like a 5-minute ordeal at least, which makes this 5,000 mile journey quite long. Showbiz, baby! Dust is absolutely insane out here. You know, I've done trips like this quite a few times. I drive all these different routes. Usually it's the long way anywhere and everywhere that I go. And, you know, I get to a point where I wonder why in the do I keep on doing this? Because I get on these roads like the one today, and it's not technical, it just beats the shit out of you because you can't get any good speed on there. So you're like less than 20 miles an hour, you're falling into ruts, bouncing over rocks, and it's just not fun, you know? And I can't help but to wonder why I take this way. Maybe I should just get into lowered sports cars. One of my other primary responsibilities on this trip was to find good camp spots, and I take that one serious.
All right, well, we have made it to camp, and camp tonight is another banger.
Well, boys, it's camp. Es muy bien. Tranquilo, come check the agua.
Oh, hell yeah.
What do you think, boys?
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That'll be nice to dip my head in, that's for sure.
Not bad. That's why I'm here. Man, I tell you, this camp was nice. I slept so good next to this river, it felt like I slept for a week. We quickly got packed up, headed into this little town, and got us some gas so we could continue on down the trail. The guy that owned this gas station was really cool, and he had his sons there with him. His sons were fans of the show, and he really wanted to show us his Ford Ranger, so we might have hyped him up a bit. Well, the good thing is you got two more. Each time Justin punctured a tire, they opted to try to repair the tire versus just mounting a spare on there in an effort to preserve the spares in case of a total failure. This is kind of a new concept to me, but it definitely makes sense. So I hung out in the truck and watched some YouTube while they repaired the tire.
Chilling. Wait on trail repair. So they tried putting, I think, 6 or 7 cat turd plugs in there, as what I call them. I don't know what they're actually, little tire strip plug things that come in the tire repair kits, and they didn't hold. So now they're sanding it down so that way they can put a sidewall patch system on there.
I mean, hell, if you're going to break down in the high desert, might as well break down somewhere where it's pretty like this. I mean, what a beautiful scenery to look at while you're working on your car.
Let me show you one of my favorite packing methods, if you will. I call it the wedge system, and that is find a way to wedge shit in there nice and tight. Soft-sided stuff makes this a whole lot easier to do. But through said trial and error, should be able to get it. By the way, star of the show is the rack in that box.
Shout out to Pack Racks. This steel modular rack is an absolute beast.
And everything through all these roads. That ain't the rack, that's the suspension, but pretty dope. Flat again. All right, so the glue thing that they put on the sidewall, the little sidewall repair thing, it ain't work. So it's actually pulling the tire apart where it came apart. It's kind of weird looking. So out comes Jack Jackerson. This is the 1.5 ton off-road jack that you can get at the one place. And I've got it secured up here in a couple different ways, which I must say I'm halfway impressed with myself for making do out in the middle of absolutely nowhere and coming up with a solution to tie it down up here.
Yet again, I got to find the silver lining in saying that if you're going to break down on the trail, might as well break down somewhere where the scenery is absolutely gorgeous like this.
What up?
Figured I'd show you guys how I keep this jack, because I acquired this jack on this trip. Didn't really have a planned spot for it in this entire build, so I kind of had to make one up on the go, and this is how I do it. And he fits nice and neat. And you can't see it over on the right-hand side right here, but I'll show you an up close on it. This other side of this little cam strap here fits on the other extension piece. And then go to the L track, pull it real nice and tight, as much as she'll go. And then come back here. A knot, a very useful knot, learn how to use it. This is what they call a trucker's hitch. And then tie her down forward as she goes. She's sturdy like that. These things, as useful as they are also a little finicky. But take this cargo net, wrap it around like that, and then also in the center. And it's gonna move and it's gonna rock, but for out here on a trail system, because we just got this on this trail, for out here just as a way to tie it down with what we had, that's it. The main thing is I just don't want it flying and hitting Dolly in the head. Dude, it's nuts. I was just thinking that trying to put that jack away in a timely manner so that way we can all hit the road, and I'm half-assed, a little winded. We're at 6,000 feet and it's hot. Like, if this climb, and it'd be a total different climate, I guess, but if this was at sea level, there'd be no way anybody'd be able to live out here. It was pretty common for Phil to hang out the window of Apple to get some sick shots, but it wasn't always fun for him. Sorry, Dolly. That's gotta hurt. Oh, shit. That's gotta hurt.
I'm all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get back in, though.
Yeah.
On the goddamn forest.
Anything for the shot, fool.
The first one, I was like, I can take it. And then around the corner, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
Oh, yeah.
Old Kentucky car wash, brother.
Honestly, this is the perfect spot for Justin's car because it's so much lower.
Dude, he's not having
and
any
slimmer.
problems. Articulation. Well, that ain't gonna work. Hey, did you get stuck trying to find the Starbucks? Man. He can still make it. I think you can do that. It's just that one stick that you gotta worry about, yeah. You want the saw? Or unless you got something faster? So we're gonna break out the old silky gum boy. You're in it. Good deal. All right, Zach, back up there before you hit that stick. You should be good on this side. A little bit more. If you need it.
Let's push it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's just like, what's up, man? You're good a little bit more if you want to push that. It's just pushing, but he's wiggling over it.
You're hitting the bank. Okay.
The good news is that stick's pretty much gone. I don't know where it's at, but it's gone now. Nice. There you go. Climb it, climb it, climb it. You don't have a front locker, huh? No, it's
Oh, does it have any lockers?
maybe not. Easy. There you go. Not gnarly trails, I'm telling you. These trails offer quite a bit of technicality to them out here in the high country woods or whatever kind of climate this is. It's basically like, because they don't get rain often out here, when they do get rain, it just tears the entire place up.
That's the fifth V-shaped crossing I have to do. The overhang on the Subaru is not made for that. So if there's not enough space for me to get an angle, I just have to hit it straight and hope the front wheels catch.
Hey, Justin, if I could get you to just be a little bit more spirited. After yet another challenging day on the trail, it was nice to be treated to this beautiful sunset as we headed on into camp. I'm a little concerned with the way that Justin has pulled me to the side here and now calling for his good buddy Zach to come join us.
Yes, I need both of you.
And
I need all of you. I need Natchez too.
Oh, we need Natchez too.
I gotta show you guys something.
Oh, I'm show and tell. I didn't know we were gonna do a show and tell session at camp. I love it. Hell yeah.
Hey, so you've been behind me all day, right?
Yeah.
When did you have to dodge my whole exhaust?
Wait, what do you mean?
It's gone. Where did it go?
How far up is it gone?
All the way to the cat. We're split.
Wait, where did it go?
I don't know.
After taking a look at Justin's missing pieces, it was time to cook some dinner, and, well, as per usual, it looks like I'm cooking for everyone. So, you know, I might have messed up because one of the very early nights in this trip, I told these guys I wasn't eating Mountain House, and I cooked, and then I shared my cooking with these guys, and now when you do that, you inevitably become the one stuck cooking. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, it's not that big of a deal. I don't mind it. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy eating good, but I enjoy cooking because I enjoy eating good. And also, cooking for other people is like one of the truest forms that you can show somebody that you care for them and that you like them. You know what I mean? After dinner, Justin and I spent the rest of the night like we did most nights, chewing the fat, enjoying a few cold ones, and vibing out outside the 4Runner. Well, I've had worse hatch views, but not many. Good morning from beautiful Nevada. We found camp in this nice little valley situation, and today, whenever we get started, we're gonna go that way, I think. Yeah, no. Yeah, that way, over those mountains. And try to make it to Oregon.
So I often get asked about showers and bathrooms and different things like that while I'm living full-time on the road. And let me tell you, these right here are an absolute lifesaver in between showers. They don't substitute a good shower, but they are really nice in between showers to kind of keep you fresh, take the stank off of you, and get you right between the showers. You know what I mean? These are Clean Freak body wipes. So they're 11 by 11 individually wrapped wipes, which means you only have to use one. You're not going to have to use a whole bunch of them like you do normal baby wipes. Also, they're a lot stronger than normal baby wipes. They don't like come apart and leave like little lint all over you. They're 100% natural. They're antibacterial. They don't use any alcohol, so it's not going to dry out your skin or anything like that. And yeah, man, they come in all kinds of different scents, and they also come in scent-free just in case you have really sensitive skin like I do. So yeah, check out Clean Freaks. Also, if you use the code SirWilliamGoes, you save a little bit of money. So this has been an everyday situation here that I'm having to dust this off to the best of my abilities. So the transmission temperatures are getting just a little too high for my liking, crawling such a slow speed in two-wheel drive. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it into 4 low and just kind of cruise right around that 20 mile an hour and see if I can't bring these temps down some. They've gone down since we stopped to get the drone out. They got down to right around that 220 mark, but I really want to keep them a little bit lower than that if I can. And I'm gonna see if putting it in 4 low as we crawl through this stuff helps out. 4 low helps out by spinning it at a higher RPM, and that somehow or another makes the transmission temperature run cooler. I don't know. I'm not a gynecologist, so I can't tell you how it all works out scientifically, but I can tell you that's what happens. I will say if I was able to get some more speed on these climbs and on these trails as a whole, then I wouldn't have that big of an issue, because the other factor that's kind of hindering the cooling down process is the fact that the way the transmission keeps cool is through the radiator. The way the radiator keeps cool is through the fan, in addition to pulling air and clean air. And there's no clean air here. And in order to get any air at all, I would need to be having some decent speed, and I don't have any decent speed. So I'm just gonna try to keep it cool here by going into 4 low and kind of riding it that way. Ideally, they say that the transmission is supposed to stay somewhere between the 175 and 190 range. And mine, I've started kind of really monitoring it, and I've noticed that the transmission is staying a lot of times in that 220 range in this type of terrain, and I don't really care for that so much. So, damn, it's gorgeous though. Hang on. Hang on. I'll be honest, man, this is actually pretty cool. It looks good. What's up?
Sounds like I'm either got a rock just kind of rolling with me, or the skid plate fell off. So it sounds like something's dragging under my car. Whole subframe's bent. the 2 skid plates meet is broken because I've been dragging on like this for 24 hours almost. Without that skid plate, I'm not going anywhere.
I kind of think we might be able to get this back in.
Found some solid ground here in the town of Eureka, the friendliest town on the loneliest road, apparently. We're gonna jack the car up, see what the final damage is. Coilovers are bent. There's a bird's nest in my engine bay. God, exhaust is completely toast. At least the engine's still good. Coilovers are bent. Oh, this car's That's This is
I found a few things here in Eureka, Nevada. First and foremost, the Cowboy Bar and Saloon does not have a pool table, contrary to the Google photos. Also, contrary to what you might believe, the best food at the Cowboy Bar and Saloon, according to the lady that works there, is the Indian food. And then I also found out that our Indian friends own just about every local establishment here in Eureka, Nevada. So this is the first time I'm ever gonna try Indian food. So let's see. The other thing that I learned is, oh, nobody. We don't have to hide. We are in the great state of Nevada. And because we were patrons to the local bar over there, we got the right, in a roundabout way, to drink an open container on the street too. Cheers. Of Coca-Cola and root beer floats, because that's also what I got there at the Cowboy Bar and Saloon. God bless Eureka, Nevada. All right, so this is what I'm working with. You know what they say, you've not been to Nevada yet unless you've gone through and tried the chicken tikka masala from the Cowboy Bar and Saloon. Not the Owl Club. I was told by the locals, don't go there. Go to the place with the American flag sticking out of it there. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty damn good.
We got it! Yeah!
After getting SVX fixed yet again, it was time to get a move on. We really needed to make up some time, so that's what we did. I can't think of a more perfect time to head straight west. Shortly after leaving the little town of Eureka, Nevada, we found out that Eureka, Nevada is home to a huge gold mine. And it was pretty cool seeing these big trucks doing these mining operations from afar, but then we got to see the big trucks up close, and it was absolutely breathtaking. We each stood in absolute awe like a bunch of schoolboys as these huge trucks rolled past us. Pretty sick.
So cool.
Stopping to look at big trucks like a bunch of 5-year-old boys certainly didn't help us with our time crunch, but luckily we were able to find some finely graded roads that did. Alright, so I don't know if you can see them or not, but the little black specks there in the road, those are Mormon crickets. And, well, it's that time of season, and I suspect this is the lightest numbers of Mormon crickets we will find through our remaining journey here in Nevada, because they are a crazy creature that will take over, man. We had a pretty long day, and it was a pretty late arrival at this little unimpressive campsite just off the road outside of the little town of Battle Mountain, Nevada. We set up camp, we went to sleep, and then we woke up early in the morning to do it all over again. We found this really cool little ghost town along the trail here, so we decided to spend about 30 or 45 minutes collecting all sorts of content of all the trucks rolling past these abandoned buildings here, just so that way Donut could use about 0.5 seconds of it in the actual video. That's TV business, baby. After an awesome dinner, we all gathered around the fire and discussed the wonders of the world, as one does. Whoa, that's actually trippy when you think of it like that. Like, same way as the water.
It just split apart. Like, yeah, that's
the wood's not gone. It's
just displaced
in different places, right? Yeah. Just like the water I was saying earlier.
Yeah, it's just really hard to put those things back together. You can't.
Well, it just takes a long time.
Yeah, exactly. But...
all the joy of waking up in this beautiful campsite next to this beautiful running water was about to be shattered. I would find out later on that this truly is a life-altering situation for me. Alright, this morning on startup for Apple, the check engine light's on and blinking, which is never good. The code's a cylinder 6 misfire, which for a process of elimination, I'm going to run to the Toyota dealership that's about 4 hours away and try to pick up a coil pack and then replace the coil pack for cylinder number 6 there, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that takes care of it. I was able to clear the codes, but as you can see, it's still showing permanent cylinder 6 misfire detected there. However, like I said, I was able to clear the codes. There's no longer check engine light code here. It's not blinking anymore, which is good. Unfortunately, though, as soon as I put the truck in drive and then put any kind of load under it, it brings that code back up. So I'm thinking that it's a coil pack, but we'll see. This is definitely running a little rough. And you can kind of hear it, too. I split up from the boys, headed into town, and replaced the spark plug as well as the coil pack in an effort to try to fix this cylinder 6 misfire. Unfortunately, I would find that this is not going to fix my problem. Leave a comment down below if you think you know what's wrong with Apple. I'll do a video to catch you guys up to speed on exactly what I found to be wrong with Apple. Just know it's not good. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and ring the bell and do all that stuff so that way you don't miss that video whenever it comes out. Right now, though, she still runs when she warms up, so I'm going to send her because we got a trail to finish. After all, I've traveled nearly 5,000 miles. I'm not stopping with less than 1,000 miles to go. That's ridiculous. Shortly after hooking back up with the guys on the trail, we learned that Justin left his cell phone at the gas station we actually met at, so I had to split back up from them again, go get the cell phone, and then met back up with them late at night at this little campground they stayed at. Today we find ourselves in a campground somewhere in Oregon. I don't know. I showed up late last night after running back on a side quest to go get Justin's cellular apparatus. Campground's cool. The really cool thing is I can hear water somewhere. I just have no clue where it's at. So I'm gonna go try to find and see what it looks like. Oh, wow, bud. That's a big old river, you know what I mean? All right, so this morning I'm doing like a makeshift compression test since the engine is totally cold. Yesterday I had a misfire. I replaced the cylinder number 6 spark plug as well as the cylinder number 6 coil. By tying this plastic bag really tight around the radiator cap and then starting it up, if any exhaust is getting into the coolant, then it will actually expand that bag. And then obviously if exhaust is getting into the coolant, then, well, that's worst case scenario. Oh, that's nice. That's real good.
Great success.
After traveling through the dense, beautiful redwood forests of the Oregon coast, we're approaching the finish line. 5,000 miles of mostly off-road trails from North Carolina all the way out here to Oregon coast. 24 days, and it's almost over.
And it's no small feat that we are accomplishing here. I don't care if it's for YouTube or not. So take a moment right now. Do your own thing. I'm gonna film from back here so we have some cutaway stuff, and then after that I'd like for you guys to just have a quick little moment together via the radio before we get to the beach, and then we'll shoot our outro and that'll be it.
The shores of the Oregon coast. Well, pretty impressive. Happy to have proud to have been here along with you on the ride. Yeah. have been amazing. Honestly, everything, maybe Oklahoma, we've been off-road the longest, I would say, in Oregon. Agreed. We spanned pretty much the entire state of Oregon, and it was, we saw a lot of it, and we spent a lot of time on the dirt. But we crossed every single state with quite a bit of dirt.
Well, we are here at almost the end of this trail, and the emotion that I have now is very similar to the emotion that I had back in 2016 when I did almost this same trip. We're fixing to be done, and you get to the point where, you know, you research something and you plan for something and you've expected something this whole time, and then once you finally get to where you've done it, you get that feeling like, well, what the fuck do I do now? And that's where I'm at. Port Orford, Oregon.
What was your favorite part of the trip?
My favorite part is all the faces of people looking at me in this stupid car and being like, "You're doing what?" William, what's your favorite moment?
Just doing this trip with you guys was actually really badass, man. Normally I do these trips solo, and just having the camaraderie and then, you know, being able to bounce the pretty things that you see, the cool things that you see, the people that you meet off of each other. That's been probably my favorite part of this particular trip. We all are going to leave here friends, and man, it's been a hell of a journey.
Amen to that. That was a pretty good wrap up, Mr. William.
Let us put Toronto up real quick.
$5,588 miles from the Outer Banks of North Carolina to the coast here in Port Orford, Oregon. I gotta say, man, it's pretty damn emotional, if I'm being honest. This is the third time that I've done a trip like this. In 2016, I did a trip on the Trans-American Trail from North Carolina to Port Orford, Oregon that ended me up right up the road a couple miles. And that changed my life forever, and it got me introduced to this crazy world that I live now, and just kind of snowballed from there. And this is, like I said, the third time that I've done it. I want to thank Donut Media guys for talking me into doing the trip that I said that I'd never do again. Cheers to an ice cold vitamin R here in the Pacific Northwest coast. Damn it. I said I'd do one of these outros and wouldn't cry like a little bitch, but I can't help it. I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more like it, then hit the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys keep hanging in there like a hair on a biscuit. And remember, you can be happy if you have a mind to. Cheers, y'all. Appreciate you. Peace.